The world has become rapidly consumed by AI programming, from things like AI voices, art, to even images. While many have already had concerns about AI-generated content for essentially taking the work away from skilled creators, there is now a much bigger concern with the rise of AI deepfake content. An image went viral on Twitter of a group of AI-generated women, and people were amazed to find out that none of the women in the photo were actually real. With AI programming making content that is much more realistic, it makes the subject of deepfake content even scarier. Popular streamers, YouTubers, and influencers online are now being informed that adult videos using their face and likeness are being created, where essentially the faces of these creators are being morphed onto the bodies of adult entertainers. Many of these creators who are finding out about this are not in the adult industry and do not produce this type of content themselves. Much worse, they have not given permission for these types of videos to be made. This situation has stirred up a lot of attention over the past week after a Twitch streamer was caught with one of these deepfake websites in his tabs. It has caused a huge debate online, and some of the things I've seen people say over the past few days is really alarming. What I have seen over this past week is nothing short of disgusting, and honestly, it's nothing I've ever thought that would ever exist, I guess. I'm a little bit behind. Apparently, this is something that's been going on for years. I'm just now finding out about it, and I find it deeply disturbing and very concerning that we have reached this point into technology and humanity. So all of my social media has been flooded this past week with breaking stories regarding deepfake videos, more specifically deepfake PORN videos. We'll just say from this point on, deepfake adult videos, and I think you can catch my drift with that. Oh, there's a cat. The reason why this has become a really big issue over the past few days is because there's been this popular streamer named Atrioc who was streaming, and when he had a few tabs showing on his stream for just a second, there was one tab that showed a deepfake website that had a lot of deepfake adult content. And the worst part about this is, did you see that stretch? That was really cute. Not the time to be distracted by cute things. What makes this worse is the fact that this is deepfake content of people like streamers and huge influencers who specifically haven't created adult content with their platform. They're people who haven't done that type of content. And now if you are an influencer who does create adult content, that's fine. But the issue here, these are fake videos of people who are not in that field and do not consent to these videos being made. And it's really, really creepy that this is even a thing. And like I mentioned previously, as I had been watching videos on this topic and looking more into it as it's been all over my social media, apparently this is something that's been going on for a while, but as AI advances, it becomes more and more realistic and I guess also more popular. And this made me want to have a conversation about how violating this is and how horrifying it is at this point to just simply exist online. As information came out about this, there was like a list of popular streamers, influencers, YouTubers who had videos. I don't know if it's just on this website or just several different websites, but there were videos like this of them without their consent. I'm not going to name all of those streamers because I think the less attention it brings to them, the better, but also there were a few streamers and creators who have come out and spoken about this publicly, and because they have decided to come out and speak about it publicly, I want to touch base on that just a little bit here because their perspectives I think are important to be heard. And we're going to start with the first person who spoke out about this, named QT Cinderella. In QT Cinderella's video, she says, "This is what pain looks like. F the effing internet, F the constant exploitation and objectification of women, it's exhausting. F Atrioc for showing it to thousands of people. F the people DMing me pictures of myself from that website. F you all." She goes on to say, "I'm so exhausted and I think you guys need to know what pain looks like because this is it. This is what it looks like to feel violated. This is what it looks like to feel taken advantage of. This is what it looks like to see yourself naked against your will being spread all over the internet." In this video, she also claims that she plans to sue the person who made the deepfake AI video of her. And the second person who made a statement was Pokimane, who made this short tweet, and then on stream she discussed it a little bit more, specifically a response she had gotten.
Me saying, stop saying people without their consent. The reply, is this your profile picture? Yeah. Luckily, you have people replying like, how is her profile picture sexual? I think you're missing something. The fact you think this is sexual is very telling. It's also like, even if you think like, for starters, if you think it's sexy, like, I guess thanks. But also, my entire tweet is centered around consent. If anyone wants to post whatever they want, they can, because they're them. I cannot believe that it is 2023 and we still have head asses being like, oh, are you wearing this? Are you doing this? Therefore, I can say you. Therefore, I can say and do whatever I want with you and your image. Also, for anybody who's all up in my comments like, oh, look at this photo you posted. Look at this photo you posted. What about Maya? Literally makes the most wholesome content on earth and still deals with the exact same issues as me.
Basically, somebody was trying to point out, well, oh, you took this picture, and in the picture it's not even that, like, revealing. I think there's a difference when somebody posts something themselves versus somebody making fake PORN of them and posting it online. And apparently it gets even worse because I've heard rumors that some of these clips circulating online that are fake were also circulating with like titles and promotion saying leaked footage and stuff, which is really, really f***ed up. And I saw a tweet, I'm gonna post it here. The amount of body dysmorphia I experienced since seeing those photos has ruined me. It's not as simple as just being violated, it's so much more than that. I can't imagine what it must feel like to be struggling with body and image and then seeing your face being posted on somebody else's body that might look different from yours and how much that could crush somebody. There has also been a very alarming response to all of this coming out. Millionaire internet streamer's reaction to AI PORN of herself. You won't find more fragile people than popular internet personalities, especially women. In my opinion, it doesn't matter if you're rich or if you're famous. If you do not post that content yourself and you do not give permission of people to post content like that, being in a situation like this is so violating and will obviously make anybody in that position be extremely uncomfortable and extremely upset. I don't blame any streamer or influencer for being upset that they find out, oh my gosh, somebody did this with my image. It's bad enough when people already have to deal with a lot of things like sexual harassment and sexual assault, but having this as just a new form of harassment, because that's definitely what I believe this is. And the fact that this guy can just visit this website where it's not even just people he doesn't know. A lot of the people who were on this website were his peers. They were his fellow streamers who he has had conversations with and talked to, and who he's friends with or friends with their partners at least. It's so disturbing on an entirely different level on top of everything else, because first of all, you're violating people that don't even want to be in this type of space. What's even worse is this guy is visiting a website that has his peers on it, that has fellow streamers and content creators that he works with on it. Like, that is so creepy. He did make 2 responses, by the way. The first was a video.
And again, there's no excuse for it. I'm not defending anyway. I think this whole category of stuff is wrong. I 100%. But I want people to know that, you know, because the thing that I think that hurt me the most is like, I've done a lot on the stream to like create a pattern of behavior where I really want, especially women on Twitch, to feel safer. Like we call booba spam cringe. We don't do that there. I've never made like a weird, I don't know, seat sniffing joke. I've never done anything like that. I've never done anything like that on the stream. And we don't tolerate any behavior in the chat. We ban it on site. And like, I've done this consistently over and over and over. And then at 2 a.m., you know, I've been watching so much, I've been reading so much AI stuff. I'm reading all this stuff about AI and deepfake music, deepfake art and everything. And I'm in the discords. And I just feel so embarrassing of me. But I was on dude. I was on a regular ass normal fucking website, and there was an ad. There's an ad on every video for this fucking. So I know other people must be clicking it because it's on every fucking video for fucking deepfake thing. And then I click it, and I'm fucking rabbit hole. And at 2 a.m. I don't know. I got morbidly curious, and I click something, and I it's just it's gross. It's gross, and I'm sorry. I really am. I really am.
In the video, he tries to pass it off like he just clicked on a link because it was an ad that kept popping up, but on top of that, people are saying that this website had a paywall for it. So it's more than just clicking on a pop-up. You saw that this website had deepfakes of your peers, and you paid access for it anyway? Also, people have been really nasty to his wife, who is in the background of this video, such as tweets like this saying, Atrioc's wife is ugly AF, LMAO, can't blame the man. Jesus Christ, that's brutal. Like, he's the one who did this, not her. This shouldn't involve her. I just feel bad for her. After this first apology was torn to shreds, Atrioc made a second apology over on his Twitter. Hey, this statement is long overdue. My actions have taken me from someone I was proud of, trying to make a positive impact in my community, to a deepfake PORN guy. The scar of that is felt deeply on my heart. First and foremost, I want to specifically apologize to Maya and Pokimane. You were both in the screenshot that spread around the internet. Your names were dragged into it. You were against your will. You have both succeeded in this industry in spite of all of the blatant, unfounded sexist attempts to hurt or assassinate your character in a male-dominated space. And now I'm another guy on that long list. I'm sorry I didn't reach out sooner. I'm sorry my actions have led to further exploitation of you and your body, and I'm sorry your experience is not uncommon. The reality is, I have it easy compared to the dozens of women who, from my actions, discovered they are exploited unconsensually. I'm sorry to all of you for the pain that I've caused with my action and its ripple effect. QT described it to me as a wildfire, and I believe that is correct. My goal now is concrete action to fight that wildfire and do everything I can to combat the damage. In the short term, through the efforts of QT and Ryan Morrison's law firm, the website in question has already been taken down. I have spoken with Morrison, and I am working to cover the financial cost of the takedown, as well as all the legal fees for all women affected to use his services for removing their unwanted content from the web. Additionally, I am engaging more law firms to continue to remove this content from other areas of the internet, such as Reddit. To ensure this issue is my full focus, I am stepping away from content creation and off-brand. Lastly, to anyone who has expressed the sentiment of support that what I did wasn't wrong, or that I shouldn't apologize, you. Sincerely, I do not want your support. I do not stand with you. This will be the last time you hear from me for a while. I'd rather you see my actions. I will try my absolute hardest to combat the damage I caused. Oh, another big thing is that Ethan Klein also reacted to QT Cinderella's video on his stream, and somebody played Christmas music in the background. Ethan, along with a lot of his crew, started laughing.
What is going on with you?
I'm sorry, don't mind me.
If you are able to look at women who are not selling themselves or benefiting.
Hi.
There was only one woman in the video that seemed very unamused, and a lot of people were really upset about this. Some saying on Twitter, I was a big fan of H3H3 Productions, but this video of him and the crew laughing at QT Cinderella's trauma is deplorable. She is the victim of a crime. What the F is this? Why are women streamers always the butt of some stupid joke? I'm tired. Now, I could understand if this music played by accident and they let out a little chuckle because of the bad timing, like, oh, where did that music come from? Sorry guys, let's start over. Or even if one or two of them felt really awkward about the situation and let out a laugh just out of being uncomfortable, because sometimes that does happen, and it's not because the person finds it funny, it's because it's an uncomfortable situation. But if it were either of those two things, I think it would be immediately clarified, and the fact that Ethan says this makes me assume that the music was played on purpose.
You're a monster, dude.
You guys are crazy.
Why did you do that?
Zach, what the f, bro?
You're evil.
Ah.
What the f fucking evil.
Ethan did end up apologizing for this. Now, it's not my apology to accept. This is something for QT Cinderella to decide since it involves her. But I do think that making fun of this is in poor taste. If somebody is extremely upset because their face was used in a deepfake PORN video without their consent, they should be allowed to express those feelings. So yeah, at the end of the day, I just think that this entire situation is really creepy and disturbing. Every little thing online just seems to be so exhausting and tiring and so up. If you want to watch adult content, consume adult content by people who consent to making that content and who are posting that online. Pay for that content by people who are willingly posting it themselves. Don't give money to companies or websites that are creating artificial videos of people who have never signed up to do this type of stuff. Thank you for making it all the way to the end of this video. I know this one was really hard to get through. I know a lot of people have mentioned that this has been a problem for a while. There are so many different outlets for people to consume. Just the fact that this is one that people are consuming, and the fact that it is apparently becoming more and more popular and more realistic is very horrifying. I'll see you in the next video, probably wearing the same outfit because I'm recording multiple topics at once today. See you later.